Guys, can you keep your noise? I'm trying to do a video here. Hi guys, please like and share as it come. Like and share. I mean, the live is set for 3 o'clock. What time is it? We start at exactly 3 o'clock. We will start at exactly 3 o'clock. Happy weekend to those of you who are here already. Starting in exactly 2 minutes. Please like and share as you come in. And trust me, I will be reading the comments today. Yesterday, there was a lot of comment. I didn't realize that there was a way I could read my comments on the screen. But I've got my iPad here, so if I lose track of the comments, I will be checking through and I'll read them through. So please like and share as they come in. To those of you who are watching, welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday. Where are you watching me from? And what's the weather like where you are watching from right now? What's the weather like? Please like and share while we wait for the others who were here yesterday to join us. And also, I hope you all brought your thinking caps. I hope you all brought your thinking caps. Please like and share as you come in. Another 60 seconds and then we will get on to this. And we will get on to this topic. I hope after watching this video, after sharing this, I hope after we finish from this live, you all can go watch I've just dropped a video about I don't know. You guys will find it on my channel anyways. So 60 seconds to go. How are you guys doing? Where are you watching me from? And what's the weather like now where you are? Please like and share as you come in. I've got my notes here because we're going to be talking, like, I'm so deeply rooted in this case, even though I'm far away from all the in total, but yeah. So few minutes, right? So 3 o'clock on the exact. So I'm just going to do a quick introduction. So my name is Wemimo. I'm also known as Thatmumof5 and also known as TMO5 Kanduko. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back. And if this is your first time on this live, thank you for coming. And there's going to be many, many more lives on my channel. And also, like I said, feel free to introduce yourself in the comment section if this is your first time on my channel. And if you've been here all the time, you are the real MVP. So obviously from yesterday, where I concluded about this case of Andrew Amechi Ochekwo, we all know, if you're new here and you don't know about this case, please go find, there are extensive videos on my channel where you will learn about this case, about this guy. So Andrew Amechi Ochekwo is a Nigerian British who fled the UK to go to Nigeria, and it was involved in treating female inhumanly. So as according to the Nigerian police, he has been tried now, and as it is, up till this very moment that I'm speaking to you, the Nigerian police has not come out to update us, to tell us anything about the case so far. So if you want to keep abreast of the case, please go check on my channel so you know where we have arrived. So yesterday I was talking about the victim, one of the victims that escaped who was sharing her experience, and there's Andrew's friend Ben Samuel, obviously, who started sharing deep information about what Andrew was capable of. And the question on my lips and on every other person's lips was that why was he now sharing the information now? When those information were passed to him, like first hand passed to him, why did he not think to, seek for help or to let authorities know? And his response then and even now is that he knew Andrew was a psychopath, and he knows what Andrew was capable of, that if he actually shared those information before the demise of Andrew, it will mean that he won't be able to go to Nigeria. And if he goes to Nigeria and Andrew finds out about him being in Nigeria, Andrew might arrange for him to be quiet. Andrew might pay some people a cheap chicken change of money to, to get him off the earth. So hence that was the reason he cited that was why he did not share those information with anybody. Please like and share as you come in. So now I now understand better the story. So Celine and Afiba. So Afiba is a Ghanaian who is married to a white guy, and Celine is the Nigerian, I believe. So Blessing is a friend to both Celine and Afiba, and I believe either of them got to know each other through Blessing. And when I was looking at all the narratives of the story, catching up, it kind of like dawned on me that Blessing could be a middle party. Blessing could be somebody who maybe, apparently these girls came down because Blessing was getting married. Please, if I get this story wrong, do let me know. If I get this particular narrative wrong, do let me know in the comment section. All right. So, to the best of my knowledge, it's been alleged that Blessing was meant to be getting married to her boyfriend Darlington. So was why Afiba came to Nigeria, to Port Harcourt. So there was a video that was on social media where the girls were waving somebody from the balcony. So it's been alleged that the lady who was waving them on the balcony was Blessing. And at that moment was when Celine and Afiba was making their way from Port Harcourt to Aba. So apparently Celine and Afiba left to go to Aba to go meet Andrew. And it's been alleged that while Afiba and Celine were in Andrew's house, and Afiba or one of the girls realized that they've been held by Andrew. So Afiba sent a text message with a video of Andrew's room. Yeah, I don't know if you've come across any of those videos. So one of the videos Afiba sent to Blessing was a video of a room in Andrew's house where he placed all of his shoes. That was one of the rooms in Andrew's house. So it's been alleged that Afiba sent this video to Blessing. And while doing that, she sent the name, is Andrew's full name, sent the full address of where they are to Blessing, and also said to Blessing to not call her, because if she did, obviously Andrew would know she has a phone with her. But that fell to deaf ears because Blessing called Afiba at that instant, which meant that Andrew got hold of Afiba's phone, the girl's phone, turned it off, which meant that they could no longer track the girls. So while Afiba was contacting Blessing, Afiba was sending all of this information with the hope that Blessing would call the police, because Afiba asked that call the police, but all of that happened. So with that narration, somebody said, "Do not call me," when she's already giving you an idea that they are probably being held against their wish. But you went ahead to call. So in my own opinion, I'm starting to believe that Blessing has a hand in the disappearances of these girls. Let me know what you think in regards to this narration. And there are some voice recordings from Afiba's husband when I was watching a particular live. I'm going to be playing those videos voice so that maybe that will help us understand why, or help me also understand why I have come to that conclusion that Blessing could have a hand in the disappearances of these girls. So the first accusing pointing fingers that I think goes to Blessing was that Afiba's husband believed that Blessing is an accomplice because when police arrested Andrew, Andrew was still living large. He had access to his phone. It was still able to communicate with Ben Samuel, which was how it was able to, keep updating Ben as to what was going on while he was under arrest. And also, at some point, Afiba's husband was told to involve the IGP in Abuja so they could move the case from Aba to Abuja. And a petition was written to that effect to transfer it. So obviously, for you to write a petition for the police to take it serious, you have to address it to a name. But I've seen a copy of a petition written by Blessing, and the petition was written to. So obviously, according to Afiba's husband's arguments, by now everybody knows Andrew's full name. They know his address. Like apparently everybody knows Andrew, all his personal details. So why did Blessing now write or wrote a petition saying an unknown person? I hope you guys are following me. I'm just going to check if there's any comments here. I hope you guys are following this narrative. So it's been Afiba's husband is saying that everybody and their grandmother and their village already knew Andrew's name. They already have his address. So why write a petition addressing to an unknown person? So according to Ben's narrative, Ben said when the police arrived at his house at some point that Andrew felt it was fake because the petition was not addressed to his name, that the petition looked fake. It does not look as if it's an original petition from the police department. So, guys, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Is Blessing hiding something that she should actually be out here speaking to us about? So that's one of the arguments of Afiba's husband. So it's only to Blessing that Andrew remains an unknown person, even though she had all the information about Andrew. So Ben, like I said, Ben was like, Ben said Andrew thought he was being kidnapped because the petition was not addressed to his name and that it looked as if it was a fake police report because it was not addressed to him. And it's a normal case. Like here in the UK, if I've been summoned for arrest and they bring in an arrest warrant and it doesn't have my name on it, I won't be following those police officers anywhere. I won't be following them because obviously the arrest warrant they brought does not have my name on it. But then the question is, why did Blessing wrote that petition as an unknown when she knew Andrew's name? She knew Andrew's name, but she did not include his name in the petition, but the address was on the petition. I hope you guys are following me. Andrew's address was on the petition because if the Andrew address was not there, how did the police find Andrew's address? Remember, this happened in Aba. So that's one of the reasons why I think that Blessing could be an accomplice to this. Don't conclude yet. We are getting somewhere. Let me know your thoughts and opinion in the comment section. Please like and share, and thank you to those of you who are here. Like, share as you come in, and tag, please. So that's reason one. I think that Blessing could be an accomplice to these two girls being missing. Hello, my beautiful lady, Diaspora Diva. I was worried. So the premiere of your surgery now, I was wondering it isn't the same person that I was. That was me. That was me. I need to keep moving. So yes, I did have the surgery on Thursday there. So that's me. Yes, I'm taking it really, really slow. So I'm meant to be making frequent movements. I don't have to sit down. So with the movement, it's helping a bit. But the pain has subsided a little bit. But yeah, it's still quite sore, but it's not as bad as when I just had it done. So thank you so much for your concern. So also, Andrew did not believe that he was being under arrest. He doesn't believe that he's done anything. He doesn't believe that this petition is because he was meant to be arrested by the police and police were still taking money from him. He was being extorted. Like police were collecting money from Andrew while they were on their way from Aba to Abuja. And there's been the questions from several people that why did they take the road? They could have traveled by air and get to Abuja in a couple of hours, but that trip from Aba to Abuja took them 4 days with officers branching at some point to go see their wife, to go eat pepper soup somewhere. I hope you guys are following what I'm talking about. So I believe, in my own opinion, that Blessing is... Thank you so much, Diaspora Diva. Thank you so much. I believe that Blessing is an accomplice. Blessing must have lured those girls. Blessing could potentially be the intermediary or the people, the person in the middle who is providing girls for Andrew. So Afiba's husband also mentioned that the petition should not have described Andrew as unknown. This Andrew story, oletike ko se kekere. And I quite agree with Afiba's husband. Just like I said in an example there, that if an arrest warrant has been issued, if it doesn't have my name on it, why would I go with the police? If I can't see my name on the arrest warrant, I won't be going with them anywhere. So, and I quite agree with Afiba's husband's point of view that the petition should not have been addressed to Andrew as unknown person, because Blessing knows Andrew's name. How did the police get to his house? How did they brought the warrant to his house? How? So Harrison, Ben, Afiba's husband, also called out Blessing for that petition because it just sounded so, it doesn't sound real, it doesn't sound genuine. Blessing does not come across as somebody who's actually trying to find or seek help for her friends because of that petition. So, according to the petition that I saw online, I'll try and put those pictures on my community tab. The petition was written on the 10th of May, and Andrew was held by the police on the 8th of May. Guys, are you seeing what I'm saying here? So, the petition was written on the 10th of May, and Andrew was held by the police from the 8th of May. Are the police in Andrew's house on the 8th of May for a certain reason that we are not aware of? Thank you, Mr. Ademola. Thank you so much. Please like and share. Diaspora said there is a Darlington. Yes, I am arriving there. I am arriving there, and I'm going to be playing voice recordings as well. So this is reason number 1 and 2 that I felt that Blessing could be an accessory to these ladies missing. She lured them to Nigeria for a wedding that did not occur. And I still strongly believe that this is not a hookup case. I still strongly believe that it is not a hookup case. I'm just going to check if there's any comment here that I've missed. So that's reason 1 and 2. Please like and share as you comment. Please like and share, guys. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me if you like and share as you comment. And please subscribe, okay? So let's listen to some voice recording from Afiba's husband. I'm going to try and ensure that the volume is louder because I'm playing it from my iPad. So the second reason is this. Reason number 1 by Afiba's husband.
She said, call the police. And then Blessing told her, where are you? And then, I mean, it's obvious that the location is there. Yeah. We know where she is. Yeah. You should know where you are. Where are you? And then I told her, don't chat, don't call. He's coming.
You heard that Afiba said, don't call, just chat, don't call me, but Blessing called her.
And Blessing keep calling and keep chatting. Oh my God.
So you all heard that. Afiba said, don't call, chat me, but Blessing called, which meant that Andrew knew that the girls have their phones, and he took their phone, turned it off. So that's the reason 1 that I felt and believed that, yes, Afiba's husband reasons is well grounded, that yes, Blessing could be a part of this syndicate. Reason number 2, according to the voice record, and I've already discussed that with you.
On the 8th May, held with the police.
So Andrew was held by the police on the 8th of May.
How did you write unknown person? Why would you do that? You know who's the guy. Mm-hmm. You know his name. You know his family name. You know everything.
Yeah.
And the IDP in Nigeria, how would they publish something where it's written on it unknown? When this story gets it, how?
Exactly. Like, how would you address a petition, an arrest warrant for somebody and say unknown? It doesn't make sense. And like I keep saying, Nigerian police has a lot. Hi, Fauz. Thanks for coming. How are you? Happy Sunday. Nigerian police has a lot of questions to answer. And I'm so disgusted, disappointed in them that they are yet to say anything in regards to this case. A whole federation of a country and a whole police federation of a country, they are yet, in this case that is a mountain media, they are yet to come out to tell us anything about it. So those are the first 2 reasons that I also believe that Blessing is a part of this syndicate. as to what Andrew has been doing. Reason number 3. So Blessing's fiancé, Darlington, pressured Afiba's husband to send 2 million naira so that he could pay the Abuja team that would facilitate Andrew's transfer from Abia State to Abuja. So when the news broke that Andrew has been pied, Darlington kept telling Afiba's husband not to mention his name. So Blessing and her boyfriend Darlington, they've taken money. So Fao said, how did Afiba's husband know that Blessing called Afiba? I believe this information must have been shared at some point with Afiba's husband, because then Afiba's Blessing's boyfriend was calling Afiba's husband to send them 2 million naira so that they could contact the Abuja team to transfer the case so that they can go and get Andrew. I hope you understand me. So in my own, to the best of my knowledge, that's how I felt that Afiba's husband knew about that. So Darlington was on no mainstream media mentioned anything. This is ridiculous. Exactly. Like all the big channels in Nigeria, they are not mentioning this case, and it's so disappointing. We should just keep praying that Nigeria should not happen to any of our relatives. So Blessing's fiancé was pressuring Afiba's husband to send money so that they could pay the Abuja team, so that people from Abuja could come and then get Andrew arrested. So Afiba's husband said, oh, that's fine. If it means that I'm going to see my wife and her friend again, why not? So he sent 2 million naira over. And then the news of Andrew's spy broke out. And Darlington kept calling Afiba's husband, don't mention my name, because this thing is more than what we know, because we don't know who's involved in these things. But why did you pressure him to send you 2 million naira if you believe, or if you know from day one that this scenario, this case, there's many more people behind it? So I've got a voice recording of Afiba's husband saying that. Let me find it.
Warning my wife, since I met these two ladies, that listen, these two ladies.
Hold on, I think that's the wrong one there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't think that. Just listen to this one anyway.
I mean, I don't know them, I don't know them. So I just say, please stay away from these people.
So this is Afiba's husband warning her against Blessing and Celine.
And this is just something from, I'm trying to protect her. That's all. I don't know them. I don't have anything against them. I don't have a stereotype in my mind. But please stay away. Don't trust here. Don't do this.
But Afiba, obviously, because they are friends, she stood up for them, saying, no, they are not like that. They are not like this. She convinced her husband that they are good people.
They are not like that and this and that. Real word.
So I believe that Afiba's husband's reasons are justified. It's just crazy now that this Blessing girl, nobody seems to know where she is. And like when I found out about her real name, I went to go find her name. She has deactivated her Facebook page. She has deactivated her Instagram page. She has deactivated her Twitter page and all. But there's one more scenario that we should be talking about as well. So Blessing, as we know, has now fled. When the police called her to come and make a statement, she did not appear. Even when Harrison Guamishu got involved, she did not appear to come and give a statement. Blessing lives in Port Harcourt, same city Andrew lived in. So you all know Andrew once lived in Port Harcourt for years before he now moved to Aba. Before he moved to Aba. So there's a possibility that Andrew knows Blessing. So could Blessing and Darlington be the people who arranged girls for Andrew? There's been that question, there's been that scenario as well, that could Blessing and Andrew be the person, introducing girls to Andrew. And when I went to look at Blessing's profile, it said that she studied at the University of Port Harcourt. She's done humanitarian jobs. She's done humanitarian things before in an orphanage, and that she's participated in a lot of beauty contests and stuff like that. So as it is, Blessing, what's her name again? I think Blessing Onyinye Adiano was a model in Port Harcourt before all these shenanigans happened. So being a model, she could know a lot of people that Afiba and Celine might not know that she knows. Please like and share as you come in. So like I said, our Facebook page has been deactivated, but when I was Googling her name on Google, her LinkedIn profile came up, and it was from her LinkedIn profile I was able to get pictures of her. I'm going to be dropping her picture and all of these things. I'm going to be dropping them on my community tab so you guys could have an idea. She's a pretty girl. No lie. She's a beautiful, pretty Oyinbo Pepe, orange pawpaw. She's a beautiful lady. I wouldn't have expected her not to have, won any of the beauty contests she's been a part in. So her Instagram is on private, on LinkedIn is on private as well. So she appears as a public figure. She appears to be a public figure, and she's a popular model in Port Harcourt. Gerald said, can this case be brought to a major news network, BBC, Arise TV, others? We could. So there's a guy called. I'm going to answer that question. Let me quickly read your comment, Gerald. So Gerald said, can this case be brought to a major news network, BBC, Arise TV, or others? We should push for the force headquarters to give a public statement. The police is an IG. The police IG is a good man. The police IG is a good man, and he needs to speak. So, like I said, Andrew's friend, Ben Samuel, is in the UK. He's a blogger as well. And I'm going to be popping his Instagram, and he's on YouTube as well. So he's been telling us all these things that Andrew has done. He's been shared on his social media. And he said he went to the Milton Keynes police in the UK yesterday to go file a report because people have been bashing him like, why are you now just coming? Because when those two girls were in Andrew's house, Andrew sent Ben Samuel videos of those two girls in his bedroom. And my argument and my question remains that you knew as Andrew's friend that Andrew is a psychopath. You knew what he is capable of. Why did you not seek help for those girls? And his answer was like, I'm a confidentiality. Andrew is a matured man. Andrew is this. To me, that was not the answer I was expecting from him. So people have been saying he's an accomplice. So there's a possibility only if maybe all these news channels here or Arise TV, if they hear it, they could reach out to him at some point. Or maybe we should start tagging Arise TV, BBC on all of this news about Andrew on YouTube and any other social media we found it. So when I'm editing this video back, I'm going to be tagging BBC News. I'm going to be tagging Arise News because it's a disgrace that it's been over 2 weeks now that all of these happenings have happened and the Nigerian police are yet to say anything or even address the public. Let's read comments. So I hope I've answered your question, Gerald. Matthew said, what's your name, ma? My name is Wemimo and my YouTube channel name is Thatmumof5. You can find me if you go onto YouTube, if you type Thatmumof5, you'll find my YouTube handle there. And you can also find all of my Instagram pages and my social media there as well. File said, perfect. I was going to mention her LinkedIn. So I was able to find details about her on LinkedIn, which helped me to get her pictures. Like that was how I was able to tell you that no, she's a pretty girl. Blessing is a pretty Oyinbo Pepe. She's a beautiful lady, So as it is, she has fled. Nobody seems to know where she is. So with all of these points, all of these reasons, I am pointing accusing fingers that Blessing could be a part of what Andrew has been doing. The diaspora people said, only Lord of Moses. This is a big shame, a big fat shame on Nigeria, a big fat shame. So the last voice recording from Afiba's husband about Blessing having fled. So Blessing has fled now. Nobody knows where Blessing is. Nobody knows where Darlington is. So for Darlington to be saying to Afiba's husband that, oh, don't mention my name, don't mention my name in all of this, don't mention my name because this thing is much more than... So definitely for Darlington to have said to Afiba's husband that don't mention my name because this case is much more than we know, then both Darlington and Blessing know something. Celestine said, it's ridiculous that this case has been on for close to 2 weeks now and the Inspector General of Police in Nigeria has not addressed. Exactly, that's my argument as well, that it's a shame. Has not addressed a press conference to tell Nigerians what they know about this. Exactly, that's my argument. Like, how can we have a whole Nigerian police force? And this case has been going on. Your people, like police are involved. They've fight the suspect. I mean, at some point, I don't blame Ben, who is saying that Andrew is not guilty until proven guilty. But all of the evidences of the things he shared with Ben is pointing accusing fingers at him that yes, maybe we shouldn't say he's guilty, but all of these things he shared with you is pointing that at some point he had those girls. It's pointing back at him that he did something to those girls because they found a body wrapped in the cotton missing from his house. Diaspora Diva said Ben for one has been in constant touch with a known wanted criminal in the UK. He knew about Rachel too. Exactly. That's why in that video yesterday he was trying to shush that girl up from talking. And this girl was like, no, stop defending him. Let me talk. That she's not scared of anybody. And like that girl needs to be protected. She needs to be protected because as it is, it looks like it's like a syndicate going on in Nigeria. Because Harrison said this case is deeper than what we know in terms of people who are involved. So that girl, the victims who escaped, they need to be protected. Gerald said, Mr. Ben needs to be adequately questioned by a trained investigator. His cell phone needs to be picked up for a thorough investigation. Do you know what? I've watched lots of crime scene investigations here in the UK. If he likes, let him delete everything. They will find everything Andrew has sent to him. If it led to, because obviously he said he's already gone to write a report. If it led to the UK police, Metropolitan Police, if it means that they are now investigating this case, if he has deleted anything, trust me, they will find it. Either text message, either WhatsApp, I can confidently tell you 100% they will find everything that Andrew has sent to him. Either he's deleted it or whatever it is, they will find it. So we don't know yet if the UK Metropolitan are going to be sharing the details of this report with us. We don't know yet, but if I find anything, trust me, I'll bring it here. There's going to be another live in regards to a new information that Ben has just shared. So I don't want to rush you guys because I want other people to be able to follow this live and then follow it so we can all digest this information and let's do our part. If it means tagging, if it means sharing videos to wherever it will reach so that the authorities that are meant to be able to stand up to this case gets it and get involved in this case. Because Nigerian police is ruthless. We all know, as a Nigerian here, I've left Nigeria. It's been 17 years I've left Nigeria. And I know for a fact that Nigerian police will never change. They will continue to be the way they are. Corruption, they are corrupted. You can imagine they sold a weapon that was banned in 2022 to Andrew. And they backdated it because they collected almost 6 million naira from him. And you wonder why there's lots of kidnapping cases in Nigeria. You wonder how people had access to weapons like that, and we are wondering how did they get it. Faust said UK police might have this on Crime Watch. Let's keep watching. Yeah, I follow Crime Watch on YouTube, so I'm gonna keep watching. Ademola says, sorry to divert, but is it confirmed that Andrew is, to the best of my knowledge, Harrison Guamishu was the one who brought this case out to the public. So when he released the news that Andrew has been fired, that is no longer with us, people were like, how do we know? Because to the best of it, this guy is rich. Ben has told us that Andrew has the Nigerian police wrapped around his fingers. How are we sure that they've actually done that to him? So Harrison had to go back to Abuja. He took a couple of people with him and they went to the morgue where he was. So I would have loved if they were able to tell us, because when the UK police said Andrew was wanted, there were facial description that he has a slight scar marking. I wish they were able to tell us if those scarring and those facial recognition marks were on him. But from the video, I've got a clip. If any of you want it, let me know. DM me. I'm happy to send the video to you. I don't want to put it on YouTube because it's quite good. It's a gory site. I don't want to put it here so it doesn't put a problem on my channel. I'm going to be reading comments as soon as I finish this sentence. So Harrison went to Abuja, took a couple of people who went to the morgue, and while they were there, the two men Harrison took with him confirmed that was him. And then one of the victims who escaped was also called on live video, and she confirmed that the corpse that they were seeing was Andrew's. So to the best of my knowledge, I want to believe that fact about Harrison, because it was Harrison who went. He videoed, there was videos, and he also showed us videos of the car that the police said they must have that the vigilante him in. But there were no evidences of gunshots on Andrew's car. So how did they buy Andrew? Does it mean that they brought him out of his car to buy him? Because there were no gunshots. There were no gunshot sign on his car that they alleged that he was trying to run away from. If you send me a DM on my Instagram, I'll send it to you. So I'm just going to quickly read comments. So I hope, Mr. Demola, I hope I answered your question. Has he been identified as the actual person in the morgue? Yes, he's been actually identified as the actual person in the morgue. There was a video that was released to the public by Harrison Guamishu. If any of you want to see it, DM me on my Instagram. I'm happy to, but I don't want to bring it onto YouTube here. The Aspar Diva said Nigerian police is a rogue institution. Absolutely. You know what? They need to cut them from the bottom, in fact, from the top, highest top to the bottom, reshuffle them. Maybe they need to scatter them and reshuffle and get them built again, because you don't want to have any case with Nigerian police. It's like a cult. Nigerian police, they are not there to protect anybody. It's all about them. It's all about them. That's why I don't blame Ben saying that. Obviously, everything Ben is saying right now is calling out the Nigerian police. He's not actually calling out his friend. In as much as it's like, I'm not saying Andrew is a saint. I'm not supporting Andrew. According to him, that he wasn't supporting Andrew, but we should call out police corruption, Nigerian police corruption. And just like every one of you know here, that since this case has been out, they've not come out here to address the public, even to reassure the public that, okay, this case, we've heard about this case, we are on this case, this is just reassure the Nigerian public. They've not come out to say that. So I'm just going to quickly recommend. Diaspora Diva said, as telling you are right, and the fact that a Ghanaian citizen is a victim in this case, not good for diplomatic ties. So exactly. You're welcome, Mr. Ademola. Celestine said, this Celine and Afiba missing cases are attracting international embarrassment for Nigeria, and that's unfortunate. I agree with you. Sheila said, it is alleged that there were bullets on the car. Trust me, with the amount of wound I saw on his body in the back of the car, there was not enough evidence of shots on the car. Like I said, I think I saw a notification of one of you who has DM'd me. Once I finish this live, I will send you the video. So, to the best of my knowledge, let's not be hard on Ben so that he can spill more. He's still spilling, and people have been like, oh, are you just using this to grow because his TikTok channel has skyrocketed. Like, within how many days? He has over 10,000 followers on TikTok now. His YouTube channel is gradually growing up, his YouTube channel as well. His Instagram page, when this story broke, he had about maybe 3,000 followers on Instagram. Now he has over 14,000 people on Instagram following him now. So yes, he's going to be spilling more. And his spilling is to expose the Nigerian police. Andrew did not make an attempt to escape. Police spy Andrew because of the secret he revealed. I don't think the police knew that Andrew was sharing information with anybody. Because according to Ben said 100 million naira was transferred from Andrew's account. Where did the money go? Who is the beneficiary of that money? And Harrison Guamishu also said it as well, that 100 million naira was transferred between the time that the police had Andrew. So who transferred 100 million naira? Who transferred 100 million naira? So last voice recording from Afiba's husband, that Blessing fled.
Blessing flee from Port Harcourt to Abuja when the police asked her to.
I agree with you with big men behind me in this case, because it's been alleged by Ben that the way Andrew left to enter Nigeria is unclear. Because at some point, if it was somebody that was wanted by the UK police, how did Andrew escape the UK police to leave UK? How did Andrew escape the UK police to leave the UK, even though the UK police already placed him on the wanted list?
Come and give her statement. Why did she flee there? The person who asked me to get 2 million naira, send 2 million naira to him, was Darlington, which is the boyfriend of Blessing. And Blessing is the friend of Afiba. I'm very sure he has very good connections. I don't know if he's a politician. I don't know his family name, but I can get all.
You see, so Afiba's husband is saying that he does not know if Darlington is a politician. That he may probably has, backings behind him, but that he doesn't know Darlington's last name, but he could find out those information about him. I'm just hoping that, that Afiba's husband is able to reach out again so we could have all this information.
These details. I was pressured a lot to send this amount so he can send the squad to the to Aba or whatever it is, and they can take custody of Andrew. And he said that he has contact with the IGP people. And I said, all right, if this will bring my wife and Celine, I'm ready to do that. I tell you, after he transferred the money, he was pressuring me to not mention his name and not mention him.
If he has a clear conscience, if what he was doing was actually to help get Afiba and Celine back, why is he now saying to Afiba's husband not to mention his name when the news broke out that they've fired Andrew? I'm going to be reading comments. I just want us to finish listening to this voice recording.
Bring his name in this. He was always constantly calling me, please don't bring my name in this. I don't know who's involved in this. This could be bigger than me and you. Yeah, I don't know why Blessing left and fled from Port Harcourt to Abuja. This Darlington and...
So now, according to this recording from Afiba's husband and Darlington, Afiba's Blessing's boyfriend saying that Blessing has fled to Abuja.
This Blessing has to be questioned.
Mm-hmm.
I really believe myself and the families that this Blessing has something to do, and she knows more than what she's portraying.
Exactly.
Very well. Do you know Blessing's full name? Do you know anything about Blessing?
Blessing very well. Oh, the question.
So that's all the recordings I've got there for the voice recording. That for me, to the best of my knowledge, I believe that Blessing has more to say, has a lot of part to take in these missing girls. I'm going to be reading comments so we can address it together. So Andrew did not make an attempt. Okay, so there are still big men behind Andrew deals, possibly. Hi Zico, welcome to my channel. Afiba left Ghana to PA because of Blessing's supposed wedding. Exactly, and that wedding did not take place. Why Nigerian blog saying as if Afiba left Ghana because of... Exactly, that was why I said that Blessing lured those girls to a wedding that was not happening. And that was why I did not believe that they went to do hookup with Andrew. I did not believe this is a hookup case. I believe that Blessing lured Afiba and Celine to Port Harcourt, and when there was nothing happening there, maybe she was just providing these people for Andrew to be used. That's why I said she had a lot of questions to answer as well. Faou said, reported that the money was transferred to a woman for his final rights. Final right? What final rights? 100 million naira. There's also been an alleged 1.5 million naira that has been that was transferred as well. So that will be discussed in my next video. Sheila said, but the police were afraid it could expose them. That could be the reason it was killed. Yes, that could be another reason. Hence why we are asking the Nigerian police to come out and spill what they know, how they are involved, who are involved in this case. Because some people are saying that it seems like it's an harvesting organization, but I don't believe so, and I will share the reason why in a second. After committing the crime in UK, he fled before being declared wanted. So, oh, all right, okay. So he fled before the UK police declared him wanted. That could have happened here. Celestine said, Nigeria as a country is a joke. How can we have such a case of continental proportion, and even President Bola Tinubu and the Senate President Godswill Akpabio have not said anything? See those two? They don't care. They don't care about the citizens of Nigeria. I'm sorry to say, but they don't care. Diaspora Diva said it will take international forces to step into this case because Nigeria police will do nothing. I would say Ghana government should blow hot on Nigeria. If they blow hot on Nigeria, they will do something. Mohammed Kamara, welcome to my channel. Restart the country from afresh, from the people and institutions, if need be. Corruption won't vanish, but hidden for such from top and bottom, no integrity. Everyone fighting to finesse for themselves. Well, you can say that again. The CN said the demonic Republic of Nigeria. Well, whatever. Final right funeral. All right, okay. So, but then, like I said, nobody's been able to confirm who they transferred that 100 million naira to. Ben said Andrew has a wife, a white woman here in the UK, and he has a child, but obviously he doesn't want to involve them. Village Boy said Andrew was wanted in UK, but how did he pass through the UK airport? That's what I'm saying. There was no way he would have fled before the UK government declared him wanted. There was no way he would have fled. Meg said, are you really sure that Andrew's well? To the best of my knowledge, the information shared by Harrison Guamishu, like I said, Harrison was the person who started this case. Harrison was the one who was contacted by one of the people who escaped and shared this information with Harrison. So Harrison has been taking it up on himself, and I want to believe that he has passed away. Even though after the video of Harrison sharing that Andrew has passed away, and Harrison Guamishu kept receiving threatening emails. They were threatening him. So why I said this was like a syndicate was because Rachel yesterday was saying in that live video that Val said Ben said the money was transferred to a woman for Andrew's funeral as he planned to buy himself. Huge amount definitely for you. Huge amount definitely for a funeral. Well, possibly I've not heard that, but it could be. So in the interview that I was watching yesterday by Rachel, the girl who escaped Diaspora said if Naira Marley, who has been to prison several times in the UK, can come to Nigeria and be celebrated and made an ambassador of our institution, Nigerians protect criminals. Yes, you are right, Diaspora Diva. So Rachel said that when Andrew held her, so this girl was held by Andrew for 6 days. And she said that Andrew revealed a lot of things to her, including Ben Samuel, the blogger. Because it was while Andrew held her that she knew that Andrew was sending stuff to this Ben. Videos of her, videos of what Andrew did to her. Andrew sent it to Ben, the blogger. And also, Andrew threatened Rachel with a sharp, a sharp object to say that if you know you want to live here alive, you have to do what I asked you to do. He threatened her. And then Andrew further on said to her that if you don't behave, I will remove your head, your 2 hands, and your 2 legs, and I'll make you look as if I used you for ritual. Those were the words of Andrew to Rachel, and this was said by Rachel yesterday. So I don't want to believe this is an harvest. I don't want to believe this is an organ harvesting thing. And why I said so was because of that narration from Rachel yesterday. That Andrew said it was going to make it look like I used you for, ritual. Hello, Igetolani. Mr. Ben said Andrew called him after relocating to Nigeria. That means Mr. Ben had said Andrew called him after relocating to Nigeria. That means he didn't tell him he was relocating. Hi, Miss V. Welcome to my channel. So when Mr. Ben first of all came out to talk about this, the first question I asked him on his Instagram page was that, I asked a lot of questions. Did you I was throwing the question to him, bam, bam, that you knew he was leaving. So his response to me was that he did not know Andrew had left UK. He said he did not know, and I want to believe him on that. He said he did not know that Andrew left the UK to Nigeria. But then, and why I'm still faulting him, and I'm going to still keep faulting him, was the fact that these last 2 girls reminds me of Ochekwo. It was so bad that the people of Aba had a massive protest against it in those days. Somebody shared a video of that Ochekwo on YouTube. I think it was Nezeville who shared that video, that story as well. I'm going to go read up on it. So my argument, or while I'm still questioning Ben, is the fact that he sent you a video of Rachel, how he held her for 6 days, and you did not say anything. You did not think that, oh, who can I contact in Nigeria that can stop this guy? That's where I'm thinking. Obviously, the Nigerian police have a lot to hide, and that's why they unceremoniously buy Andrew Ochekwo, possibly. So they are not coming out. I guess them keeping quiet, they are trying to build their story, and that their story is going to fall like a pack of cards. It's going to fall like a pack of cards. Hence why I'm saying that the Ghana government should put fire on Nigerian government in regards to this case. So CN said Andrew met a gruesome death at the hands of Nigerian police, which is some sort of justice. That said, there seems so much more to this. Yeah, there seems to be so much more to this. Richard Mensah said Blessing must come out to speak. Exactly, but nobody knows where she is now. They don't know where she is. Apparently, there is been alleged that she's fled to Abuja, but Abuja is, I don't know how big Abuja is. How are they going to fish her out? Only if somebody has information about her and maybe they reveal it. But if there's anybody out there who has an information about her, they should reach out to to Harrison. Like, if you are going to give any detailed information about this case, if you're in Nigeria, don't go to Nigerian police. So do not go to Nigerian police. Contact Harrison Guamishu. Miss V said, just wondering, would it be that Andrew sending Ben all those pictures and videos may have been a means of blackmailing his victims, threatening them that if they left, they will be shared on social media? That's another angle. Pat Okpe said, welcome to my channel, Pat Okpe. Why did Ben not report the issue when he got photo of Rachel to save other lives? I'm not buying it. Exactly, that's my question as well. That he had the video of Rachel with Andrew. Andrew kept this girl for 6 days, and it was by grace that that girl escaped. So, and knowing what Andrew is capable of doing, he did not speak to anybody. He did not sought help. That's why Ben is going to keep receiving backlash from him, because I'm following all of the social media handles until I get a definite answer as to why. Because it's like, it's none of my business. Andrew is a grown person. This, that. Let me open this iPad so I can follow the comments so that I'm not touching the screen. Sheila said she needs to be declared wanted. Well, the Nigerian police have not come out to say anything. So when they've not come out to tell us what they know about the case, how are they going to declare somebody wanted when they've not even come out to tell us if they are handling any case or not?
With Google Workspace,
how are they going to come and tell us? Because they've not come out to address the situation. How would they declare anybody wanted? I'm just reading your comment. If I'm glancing down, I'm reading your comment from another device. Celestine said it makes no sense for them to have fired Andrew, who is the only one who could have disclosed the whereabouts of Celine Afiba. Exactly. And I was also thinking that the police had already held Andrew for 2 weeks. And within that 2 weeks that they were holding him, why were they not able to make Andrew give the details of all the whereabouts of these girls? So they were not actually there for those 2 girls. They were there for their own selfish interest, which is money. And Ben said that Port Harcourt police knows Andrew, and Andrew has the Port Harcourt police wrapped around his fingers. They are more like boys to him. I'm trying to catch up. So Patokpe said, why did Ben not report the issue when he got the photo? Yeah, that's my question as well, and I've been dropping that question on all of the pages on the social media. Faou said, Miss V, you are right, because Rachel said Andrew mentioned that to her. Exactly. Rachel mentioned that Andrew mentioned Ben, his blogger friend, mentioned to her. So in a way, that girl will have thought, oh, for the fact that he's sharing this thing, maybe that person will actually get help. But this man did not get help. He's saying that it's none of his business, that Andrew is a grown-ass man. But you know there's a possibility that he could do some sort of harm to that girl. Miss V said, if you know your friend is a psychopath and shield them against their heinous deeds, then you, Ben, should be held accountable. Simple. Now he's starting to be very, very rude now. I dropped a comment on his social media handle, and it was very, very rude to me. And I replied him that Mr. Man, why are you being rude? I asked you a question respectfully. Why are you being rude? It's starting to get to him, and it's going to crack. It's going to crack. This is not a matter of maybe people are bullying him. No, I am not doing that. It's the matter of you had all this information that could have saved lives. You had that information, but luckily God saved Rachel. She was able to escape. If he had said something out then, I mean, Rachel came out here, and it was not when somebody else shared Andrew's image that Rachel was able to save another girl from falling into Andrew's hand, and that girl that Rachel saved was called Amaka. So in that girl's case, she was able to save a life, but Ben Samuel, you could have saved 2 lives. But you were like, it's none of my business. That I just look at those videos and I just delete them. Seriously? Sheila said, let's give Ben the benefit of doubt. He could not report Ben because he could not report Andrew, I believe you wanted to say, because Andrew owns the police. Please see with him a little. There are so many departments of police in Nigeria. Andrew is based in Port Harcourt. We have, how many states do we have in Nigeria? We have 40 states or 41 states in Nigeria. And according to Ben is an affluent person as well. He could have reached out to any of his affluent people in Nigeria, speak to them anonymously, or send information anonymously to them, or send an information to a media house anonymously into Nigeria for them to do this case. But he did not do that. Village Boy said, Blessing is hiding because of security reasons. I support Blessing because she reports Andrew to police, so her life is at risk. No. She reported Andrew to police as an unknown person. Why would she declare Andrew as an unknown person? Which beggars to believe that she probably knows Andrew. Remember, Andrew used to live in Port Harcourt for years before he moved to Aba or Abia. There's a possibility they could have met. Blessing, Afiba passed all the info about Andrew to Blessing. Say, call the police. Don't call me. Message me. Only for her to go and write a report and address it to an unknown person when you have the name. When Afiba gave you the name of Andrew. Mohammed Kamara said, when Mr. Andrew was accused from previous survival victim and she reported it, why wasn't the police took seriously? Why didn't they act when she said some tried to kill her? Or is it because Nigerian police failed her? Hence why these are mounting evidences to show that the Nigerian police were only after their own selfish interests, or only if somebody at the top of the Nigerian police is involved in this case. Only if the bigger picture is not exposed to us yet. And I want to believe that is the case because Amechi said there's more to this than we know. There's a lot to this case involving Andrew that we know. There is a lot. And that what a lot means, it probably means that there's a lot of powerful people involved with Andrew and the disappearances of these girls. Remember, there's a video where 3 other girls, I had their name down yesterday. Let me find their name. I had their names down yesterday. I believe one is called Amarachi, Tochi, and I can't remember their names. I mentioned it in my video yesterday. So there are other girls. Where are these other girls? Where are they? Are they safe? Are they safe? I'm trying to find their names because there was a video of Andrew with them. There's this black chocolate, this dark chocolate. What have you ordered? Okay, so the other girls from the video that Andrew has shared, and I believe Ben Samuel will have those videos. One is called Mercy, and she's from Lagos. One is called Tochi. She was also from Lagos. And one is called Abigail from Port Harcourt. So if you have any of those people, if you know any of those people around your location, if you know anybody called Mercy, check on them. There's a video of those girls as well. What they look like. I think if their face was blurred, but if you want these videos, I'm happy to, I've got them. I don't want to put them on my channel because YouTube is very, very strict on using other people's content. So I don't want to do that. So those 3 girls, where are they? Maybe I should go and drop the comments under Mr. Ben's page and ask that, did he share any of these videos with you? Did you know where Tochi, Mercy, and Abigail, the dark chocolate Tochi? That was how that was how Andrew was saying it in the video. If Ben Samuel has the name of these girls, or if he has a video of them, we should check up on them because we don't know where they could be. I'm going to read comments. Where Mr. Andrew, so African Lioness, African Lioness, that Ben said he called Nigeria police and they told him to pay some amount of money for follow-up on the case. Why? Reason why I said there's a lot of questions for Nigerian police to answer. And as it is, they've not even come out to address this case at all. Someone brought a report as a good Samaritan and they're asking him to pay. Exactly. Hence why I said he could have contacted a media news and passed that information to them anonymously. He could have done that, but he chose to protect his friend. He was sending him those videos, and according to his video on TikTok, he just sent me those things, and I just look at them and I just move on. How can you move on knowing that those videos of those girls is sent to you? They might probably be, their lives would not be with them anymore. Faou said Ben also received a video or was told by Andrew that he threw a girl. Yes, that girl escaped, and I believe that girl suffered a spinal injury, and they paid quite a lot of money to settle that girl's family. I wish that girl could come out as well and share her story. The back one, and she broke her spine in the process. Yeah, Ben did nothing with this information. Exactly, he did nothing. You can imagine. And Ben was also saying that Andrews is always like, he doesn't like women, he doesn't do this. You don't like women, but they come to you. You do things with them front and back. You don't like them. Then what are you doing with women then if you don't like women? Or do you just get them to come around you so you could hurt them? Ben could have flagged with the UK police to seek guidance. Exactly. There was a lot of things he could have done. And him just coming out now is a little bit too late. Because even with all this information, we still don't know what happened to Celine and Afiba. CN, please don't overestimate Nigerian media houses and or police. Both institutions are incompetent. I agree with you. I agree. Highly incompetent and fraudulent. I agree with you. We're still talking about Mohbad's autopsy reports now. The autopsy report had 9 pages or 10 pages. What happened to page 2 and 7 of the autopsy reports? And this autopsy report was exclusively gotten by a certain media house in Nigeria. What happened to the page 2 and 7 of the autopsy reports? Ige Tolani said, Rachel said she went to report at Port Harcourt police station, but one of her friends went with her. Who was that friend? Also, they couldn't do more because they were asking her for money. Exactly. So I heard that about Rachel as well. They didn't do anything. And Rachel was like, no, she wasn't just reaching out. She wasn't just doing this for her own sake. She was doing it so as to warn other girls. And even for the fact that that little gesture she did, she was able to save one person. And that one person was Amaka. So she didn't mention the name of that one friend she went with the police with. She didn't mention that person's name. Ms. V said, safeguarding is everyone's responsibility. If you fail to protect, you allow abuse, and in this case, demise of souls to occur. Nothing Ben says makes sense or seem rational. It failed mankind. I agree with you, Ms. V, 100%. Celestine said, this entire saga is full of lessons for everyone. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you, Celestine. I hope we are all learning from the unfortunate soap opera. It's an unfortunate opera. Never visit people you don't know in their houses, but at a public place. So even if you're going to do that, share your location. Let where you are going be where you told people you are going. If you are going to Abuja, tell people you are going to Abuja. Let wherever you are going be the place you exactly tell them you are going to. Because with the way it is now, if you're going to go and meet a boyfriend or a girlfriend, send the picture of the girlfriend you're going to meet. Send the face, send the address, send everything. And once you get to that person's place, pin your location. See me that I'm sitting here, I'm in the abroad. I've got my phone location on my phone. It's not because of anything. I don't do wakakurukere work. I go to work, I leave home 5:45 in the morning to go to work. I'm a nurse. My map, my phone location is always on. It's always on. Regardless of where I go, my phone location is always on. It's not as if maybe I'm pre whatever, that anything will happen to me. No. It's just something I've just grown to do. And I've also advised my sisters to do the same because I've got sisters back home. Let where your location is be known to people who care about you. CN said, how many media houses are carrying this news? No, CN, I've not seen any media houses. It's only recently that Daddy Free started talking about it. And I think it's only recently that I have seen a few clips on Linda Ikeji on Instagram. So not a lot of media houses in Nigeria are carrying this yet. Not a lot. So far, none. I want to believe it's all these gossip pages on Instagram that are starting to discuss it now. Ige Tolan said, Mr. Harrison said Andrew shared the videos with other friends of his. None of these friends are yet to come out too, but only Mr. Ben. Yes, so according to Mr. Ben said Andrew mentioned that he sent it to other people as well. So these other people, we don't know them. They've not come out yet. And I want to believe they're either in Nigeria. I don't believe they're in Nigeria. They're probably in the UK as well. So we don't know them. Only if Mr. Ben tell us or if they decide to come out like Mr. Ben. But I doubt they'll be coming out. Mr. Ademola Shasonya said, and Ben said that he was telling Andrew to settle down and marry someone that will be... Who wants to marry such person? No woman wants to, not calming him down as how he needed treatment. He needs to be in a mental facility. He needed to be in a mental institution, not marry and replicate and create children that will turn out to be like him. Hey, why would anyone put a woman through that? Exactly, that Mr. Ben is not well. Ben, gbadun níbi tó wà. Miss V said, ironically, Ben who smears smart says Andrew was a psychopath. Exactly. But his cure for this was advising Andrew to get married. Can you imagine? Since when did marriage resolve deep mental health problems? I wonder. There was a news on Instagram about a lady, a Nigerian, a Nollywood lady who would do like interviews podcast. So she brought a lady to her page who spoke about her experience of being with dogs. When they were doing that interview and podcast, she did not showcase the face of this person. It's been said now that a few hours after that video went live, that girl has spied herself. People don't even know her. People did not even see her face. Maybe she was reading comments. She spied herself. And at that, I'm thinking in my head, for you to have brought such person to come share such story on your page, should you not have gotten them to start seeking therapy first before bringing them to come share their story with you on your page? So now that lady spied herself. So apparently, she brought her to her platform to come and share her story of being with dogs. And then after that story, she now put her in contact with somebody who's going to give her therapy. I felt it was done the other way around. She should have invited her to see, maybe start counseling and therapy first, maybe for a few weeks or months, and then bring her to share her story. African Lioness TV said Andrew was allowed to use different names in Nigeria and UK. Why? Well, to the best of my knowledge, I believe the UK government, the UK police had him as Andrew Amechi, Ashley, Ucheckwo. He has lots of names. And trust me, things like this is things like this is common in the UK. You know, it's common in the UK. Maybe before he got settlement, maybe he was involved in some shitty. Like one thing is this: if you're in the UK, before you get some sort of settlement, if you were caught using false name, even if you now become a British citizen, that false name that the police caught you with, they will always carry it with you. They will always, even if you have genuine documentation from Nigeria to say, oh, this is my real name. For the fact that they've caught you with a fake name before, they will always carry that false name with you everywhere you go. So I want to believe that he's known as Andrew Amechi or something. But on his different social media platforms, he has different names. There's Andrew Ashley, there's Ashley Amechi, there's Ucheckwo, there's Ochekwo. He has lots of names. And this is the way they are allegedly handling the case of Mohbad. Exactly. And I think Mohbad's family are not helping in this case, especially Mohbad's father. African Lioness TV also said, justice for Mohbad. This has really exposed how they are handling Mohbad's case. Justice for Mohbad. I agree with you, but as it is now, like I said, a news channel in Nigeria had an exclusive copy of that autopsy report, but page 2 and 7 is missing. What did they do with page 2 and 7? What was contained in page 2 and 7 that they don't want the public to know? Faou said there is something quite wrong with Ben. Watch the video he made before Andrew's spying and compare that to ones he's making now. You will see that the difference in his exactly. I don't think he's all right as well. I don't think he's okay. I don't think it's okay. His body language, his facial expressions, the way he talk, there's something not right about him as well. Pat Okpe said, I still say that Ben should be questioned. How can pictures and videos of life-threatening issues be sent to you and you are not concerned? Keep quiet till it became messy. I don't feel Ben. Yes, I just said I don't feel Ben is okay. So he's apparently gone to make a report at the Milton Keynes police station in UK, and I don't know if they're going to be inviting him back for his investigation. And there's no way the Nigerian police will summon him and he will go. This one, he will not go. And with the Nigerian police, I wouldn't even advise him to go if it was summoned by the Nigerian police, because like I said, with the way this case has been going on now for how many weeks, Nigeria police never come out to tell us what is going on. Dr. Olagold, welcome to my channel. How can you say that media houses in Nigeria are not carrying the story? Can you please tell me which media houses in Nigeria are speaking about this? Can you please drop the handle, or can you please drop the media houses in Nigeria that are now speaking about it? It wasn't until when Amechi identified the body, victims came out. That was when I started seeing this thing on Linda Ikeji. Is Linda Ikeji a news channel in Nigeria? Dr. Ola, please don't upset me. All right. The story is on all blogs. Are blogs news channels in Nigeria? It's gossip pages on Instagram that are talking about this story. Is Punch newspaper talking about this? Is BBC Nigeria talking about this? Is Arise TV talking about this on YouTube? Tabambara Sotoro. It is on national dailies, etc. Always confirm information. Mr. Allah, please go and take several thousand seats. Laraba said, honestly, Ben has to be questioned. Some of his narratives are not coherent. He is definitely trying to cover some things. I agree with you, Laraba. Ms. V said, you don't let a victim open their traumas without first ensuring they are undergoing the right therapy. I agree with you about that case of that Nigerian Nollywood who does podcast. Yes, I agree with you. And secondly, that they are at a place when they are emotionally ready to open their cans of worms. Absolutely. If I were to be the one running a podcast and somebody approached me with such thing, I'll make sure I get them signed in straight into therapy, get them with a counselor. And then once they are okay, once they feel they are able to tell their story, I can then now bring them on. And even when I bring them on, I still won't desert them. I will ensure they keep collecting, like they keep going for therapy. That's how things work. You just don't bring somebody because you want to trend on social media for the news that you are sharing. And 24 hours, even before the video even aired on your podcast, there was a note that she cried herself. I've heard you, Dr. Ola. Thank you. Wofai. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name well. Wofai. Is it okay if I call you Wofa? Their friend Blessing should come out and tell us what really went wrong. Yes, Blessing has to come out. Like I said, with voice recording that I've shared here and with what I've read, I believe that Blessing has a lot to say in regards to the disappearance of these two girls as well. Because it doesn't seem as if she doesn't know Andrew. And why is she hiding? Why did her boyfriend ask Afiba's husband to send 2 million naira to make sure that the team in Abuja go to arrest Andrew? And then when the news of Andrew's death broke, he's like, oh, don't mention my name, oh, don't mention my name because this thing could be bigger than you and I. Why did Darlington say that? And why is Blessing running? Hennes said he knows he's an accomplice. When he was asked when he received the message showing the girls, he paused before saying on the day that I watched that as well. And it's so sad that he's a family man as well. And you can imagine if, God forbid, somebody held any of his family member and they're now sending information to him, will he keep quiet? Faust said mainstream media is yet to carry the news, not talking about blogs. Exactly, Faust, because I'm on YouTube 247. I've not seen any news channel. That's why I said, as BBC Nigeria carry this news, blogs that are carrying these things are gossip blogs. Linda Cage is a gossip blog, is a gossip blogger. So are you referring to that as Punch newspaper? I've not seen Punch newspaper. Their Instagram channel, I've not seen anything. Their YouTube page, I've not seen anything. Maybe they've only just recently done it, but before I came live on this show, before I came on this show that I'm doing, I've not seen anything from those news media channel. And there's hundreds of news media channels who has YouTube channels in Nigeria. Why are they not carrying this story? Kehinde Gariba said, questions for Mr. Ben. Exactly. There's a lot of questions for Mr. Ben. And he keeps telling us that he's got a lot. He's got a lot to drop. So I'm wishing and hoping that he drops them quicker so we can all come and dissect it. Dr. Gold Ola said, check this day, point, etc. Arise News carried it to. Right? Let me quickly go. Pardon me, guys. Let me quickly go on my laptop now so I can go and look for Arise TV on YouTube. And Dr. Ola, see, if I don't find this thing on Arise TV right now, I'm going to say something nasty to you. Mo ń ṣeré ni o, mo ń fàyín lẹ́sẹ̀ ni, but tí mi bá rí nǹkankan, Mr. Ola or Dr. Ola, tí mi bá rí nǹkankan. Let me go and find them. I'm trying to log on to my Instagram, to YouTube now to find Arise TV, and let me see if there's anything from them. Arise TV, is it Arise News you're talking about, Mr. Ola? So I'm on the page of Arise News on TikTok, on YouTube. So looking back to 20 hours ago, looking to a day ago, I can't find anything about this news on their channel on YouTube. So I'm on their YouTube page just now. Up until, I don't want to waste you guys' time here. Up until a day ago, I can't find the news of these missing girls on their page. What page again do you want me to check? Because you said Arise News, have it. What page did you mention? They said Arise News. I can't find it on their page. I can't find it on their YouTube page. There's nothing about this story on their YouTube page. I can't find anything. Um, CN said blogs are not media houses. Exactly. Africis, I'm from Ghana. Is he still alive? But to the best of my knowledge, based on the information that Harrison Guamishu shared with us, Andrew is no longer alive. Only if they gave us a doctored body. Only if. But I want to hold the information that Harrison shared about Andrew's demise. I want to hold it as a tangible information that yes, it's no longer with us. Kehinde said, questions for Mr. Ben. Was Ben aware when Andrew was fleeing the UK? I asked him that question. He said no, he was not aware when he left the UK. Did Ben inform UK police that Andrew has escaped to Nigeria? When I asked him that, he said he did not know. So when he now found out that he's no longer in the UK, did you tell the UK police? I don't believe he did that. When did Andrew first ever send him any woman's picture or video? Well, that would be a question, another question we should go and be dropping under his comment section on Instagram and TikTok. He's on Instagram as Ninja24, and he's on Instagram as Ben Samuel, and he's on Instagram and he's on TikTok as 24 Ninja. You find him easily on TikTok as well. So guys, go drop those questions under his comment section. Hopefully he answered, because I dropped him a question this morning or yesterday. He was very, very rude with his response towards me. Celestine said, I am a broadcaster in Enugu State, Nigeria, and we actually discussed this topic on our station, Family Love 99.5 FM Enugu, on our program. I'll go check that out, Mr. Celestine. Thank you for sharing that with me. I'm going to take a note of your channel, of your station. You said the front burner. But Mr. Celestine, though, why are other media houses in Nigeria not carrying this news? Why are they not carrying this news? I'm gonna be finding you at how am I able to watch? How am I able to listen to your FM station? Because I'm in the UK. How am I able to listen to you? If you don't mind DM me your maybe channel or page or how to listen to your FM, because I'm in the abroad, so I don't know if I'm able to listen to your FM station. African Lioness TV said, God wants to use this case and Mohbad case to sanitize Nigeria. I hope so. These two cases should not sweep these two cases, Nigeria should not sweep it under the carpet if we want the best for Nigeria. Well, like I said, I'm doing my own part here, speaking about it on my YouTube channel. And I would expect that the Nigerian media houses will also do the same. Like, spit out fire on the Nigerian police to come out and talk about this case. Because like I said, it's been over a week or over 2 weeks that we've been talking about this, and the Nigerian police has not come out to address the public, even to reassure us that, oh, Nigerians, so don't worry, you guys are safe. You guys are safe. But they are yet to do that. Wofai Obeng Dako said, please, I have the belief Ben must be investigated because he claims to be visiting Nigeria every year and visits Andrew. I fear he knows deeper things. Exactly. So I only just watched one of his videos where it said he visited Nigeria. So you know all these things about Andrew. You were still visiting him. How am I so sure that he's not even taking part in what Andrew is doing? Hi to me, welcome from my channel. Watch this story from Nezeville. Hey, Nezeville fan. I'm a Nezeville fan as well. On YouTube, very scary and heartbreaking. Absolutely scary and heartbreaking. Like, it's just so sad knowing that Afiba has a husband and has kids. I don't know how many kids Afiba has, but she's a mother, and this has happened to her. And you would imagine that the government, the police of a country, would step up to find out what happened to her, but they are not interested. And this is not the case. There's been several other cases of just in Nigeria that Nigerian police have not done anything. You can imagine. I was reading a post where somebody said armed robbers broke into his place of work, to his business, and he went to go and write a report. And police are asking him to pay money before they can come with him to come and inspect the place that they robbed. Like, seriously? Ms. V said, I do also think it's morally unethical for Ben to be making money blogs. Yes, he's going to make money from those things he's been sharing on his page from this sad situation, which he could have prevented by disclosing what Andrew shared with him. But he's trying to make us all run mad, saying that he's actually building case against Nigerian police. Don't fight Nigerian police. When you had the information for the thing that happened to these girls to have been prevented, why did you not come out with it? I am not defending Andrew, but Nigerian police are corrupt. I am fighting Nigerian police corruption. Is all he's talking about is he wants to fight Nigerian police corruption. He wants to know why money was withdrawn from Ben's from Andrew's account. Where did 1.5 million naira go to? This is the name that this is the beneficiary of the 1.5 million naira. Let us start finding the name of that money. So you want to single-handedly fight the Nigerian police, where you could have shared information that could have exposed them from the beginning, and also save the life of these two girls, and possibly save the life of Andrew as well, so he could bear the consequences of what he did. He did not do that, and it is now that it's coming out. Faou said Google BBC Pidgin and Punch. Is that on their Instagram page, Faust? The BBC Pidgin, is that on their Instagram page or on YouTube? Please do let me know. BBC Pidgin, I'm finding them now on YouTube. BBC Pidgin.
Showing up on the first page.
I'm trying to find them. I don't think BBC Pidgin is on YouTube. And you also said Punch. Okay, I'm going to look them up. Nezeville did an extensive story on this topic. Yes, she did. I was watching that. See, I'm not a storyteller like a Nezeville. That's why I'm coming on live. I can't, the way Nezeville, say it, Nezeville is born or was born to do this. She's a lawyer, so she's quite eloquent with that. I'm not a good storyteller, so hence why I'm, doing this on live. And at the end of the day, we are still passing across the same information. We are still passing across the same awareness that we want this case to get. So thank you so much. I'm a fan. I'm a lover of Nezeville as well. Henry A60 said, why Arise News? How about TVC and Channel News? Exactly. At least those are the pages that I know carries weight on YouTube and everywhere, but I've not seen it on their channel yet. Celestine said, I agree that more mainstream mediums should have had this conversation continually on their stations until we get to the bottom of this case. I agree Nigerian media houses can do more on this. Exactly. I agree with you, Mr. Celestine. I agree, and I'm disappointed that the media houses that we've always known, they're really not talking about it. It's so sad. Doris Davis, does the police care? Absolutely not. They do not care. They do not care. CN said, this is a matter of national importance. It is in the public interest that major Nigerian media houses step up and focus on this atrocity. Exactly. You imagine that with this kind of atrocity that has been committed, that is the media houses in Nigeria that can elaborate, that can bring awareness, that can bring the outer bodies to get involved in this case. So that way there will be lots of scrutiny on Nigerian police. But they are not doing it. They are not doing it. Faust, her husband said they have no children. Oh, so the Afiba doesn't have any kids. That's a shame. Wofaiso Obeng Dako said Ben is using the tactics of the best defense is to attack. When Ben is using the tactics of, in quotes, the best defense is to attack. Ben isn't innocent at all. That's my opinion as well. I don't find him as him coming out now, I don't see the benefit of it. I don't see the importance of it. I felt like it's a little bit too late. I mean, it's absolutely too late for that. And where I felt there could have been a turnaround to this case was when Andrew sent him the images of those two girls in his room. Ben had an understanding and awareness of what Andrew did to the girl that he threw from the top of his house who had a spinal issue. Ben had a knowledge of the girl who Andrew held for 6 days and who escaped, knowing this information about these two girls. And then he now shared a video of two girls in his house. And you know what Andrew is capable of. And he did not do anything. I don't believe Mr. Ben in any way. I don't believe whatever he's coming out to say just now is the wrong move. This is not the time for it. This is not the time for it. Guys, I'm going to round up on this case. I want to say thank you so much to each and every one of you who have joined me on this live. I really appreciate you all. I believe I'm going to be running a live every day on this case. Please turn on your post notifications so you could join me. And let me know, most of you that are watching me, when will it be a suitable time for you to be able to join me so we can all discuss this case? Because whatever Mr. Ben drops on his social media handles, I'm going to be coming here to dissect it. and we can all discuss about it, because I believe I'm using this as an avenue to get the story out there as well. So I've got another live that after this live I'm going to make it public, and then you guys will be aware of it and turn your post notification on so you can follow it as well. And if you're just new to my channel, if this is your first time of coming to my channel, my name is Wemimo. I'm a Nigerian based in Scotland, and I have this YouTube channel where I share lots of news like this, a lifestyle video. I'm also a nurse in the UK. I share my nursing, nursing skills, how to get into nursing. I practically do everything lifestyle as well. And if there's anything on my channel that you've watched and you'd like to ask any questions, feel free to DM me. I've got my Instagram handle on almost all of my pages or all of my videos. You can DM me. If I have the answer to your question, I will happily reply you. If I don't have the answer, I might be able to, motion you to somewhere you'll be able to find the correct answer. And so please, like I said, there's 162 of you watching me right now, and only 34 of you have liked this video. Please like this video. I really appreciate it. Also, those of you who have social media handle platforms, share this video. Let's use this avenue as a means to drive more traffic to this case that Nigerian police are trying to cover up. This is a case of two beautiful ladies who are loved by their family, one of them who's married, one of them who has a serious relationship, who, I believe in my own opinion, were lured down to a non-existent wedding. And the person who lured them down for a wedding, to a wedding that's not taking place, this person is no longer found. We don't longer know where she is. It's been alleged that she's hiding away in Abuja. Let's share this story. Let's get to the bottom of what happened to this person. And also let's expose Nigerian police, because as it is now, it's been over 2 weeks. With the kind of amount of pressure that this case is gathering, the Nigerian police are yet to come out to tell us what's happening. The only person that's given us information so far has been Harrison Guamishu, who was the person who was contacted in the first place about these incidences. And then when he started talking about it, that was when Ben Samuel, who is the psychopath, Andrew Amechi, who came out to start saying these things about Andrew to us. That the Fizz is also talking about it. Just Adetomu is also on this case. Let's get as many people on this case who are using their platforms to share this information. Thank you so much to each and every one of you. I hope you're all having a beautiful Sunday wherever you are. It's a sunny day here in Glasgow, quite cold actually, and I'm wishing you a very lovely week ahead there. And please, please learn from this video. Don't just take this video as watching sake. Learn from this video. Share your location wherever you may be you'll be going. Share your location with your loved ones. Be safe out there. Be very, very safe. Be vigilant out there. And thank you so much, Diaspora Diva. Thank you, Farus. I'm just going to leave a couple of comments here before I go. Ademola said, anytime we will use the bell notification. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Ms. V said, if Ben has children here in the UK, social services in his area should be involved. Keep indecent images of abuse. He's definitely in the UK and he's married. I'm sure he's married a white woman. Raymond said, Ben is diverting attention from himself by trying to push the case to the police. Exactly. He's trying to people to not put eye on him, that we should focus on Nigerian police, but he's actually the flag bearer, the sole bearer now, from when Andrew was sharing those information with him. And Faust, thanks, Mom of 5. Evenings will be better for me due to work. I'll try and do that as well. Obviously, for me now, I'm recovering from having undergone surgery, and I'm off work for a few weeks now. So we'll see. And if you're not able to watch me, you can always watch the videos back at any time. Hopefully you'll be able to do that. And you are loved, Mama. God bless you. God bless you to Diaspora Diva. Thank you so much to every one of you. I really appreciate the love and gesture you've by coming to watch this video. And I hope to catch up with you in the next live, which I'm going to make public, and then you can turn your post notification on so you will be able to attend it as well. Thank you so much. Stay blessed there. Stay safe, and let's keep talking about this case. Have a blessed week ahead of you guys, and I hope to see you in my next one. All right? Bye, everyone. Bye.